All right, welcome to the Keep It a Buck podcast.
Keeping it a
I'm
buck.
your host, Ethan Holloway, and with me today are the co-hosts, Dylan Kearney, Trey Collins, and Parker Murphy.
Keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
It's crazy.
Always. All right.
Finally got the show on the road.
So every week, what we're going to do for you guys, we're going to bring a new drink to the podcast, and we're going to try it out. We'll give you guys a little review on it and see what's going on. But today, we got the Bombay Sapphire, little rapper gin.
Personal, not a favorite or a fan.
Compliment.
Dude, it tastes like black pepper.
It
does have a black pepper taste.
With all respect, he doesn't even know how to make a drink. He's
like,
just pouring soda and he doesn't know how much
This
base
kid
is
sat
in there.
here for 5 minutes trying to decipher whether he wanted to use Red Bull or orange soda.
That's a tough choice, and I think a lot of people would agree.
Orange soda, guys.
Orange soda's the way.
Ginger ale.
For Bombay.
Alright, though. Let's cheers to the first episode, though, boys.
Cheers.
Long time coming.
Yeah,
a lot of
cheers,
preparation.
Ginger ale.
Yeah, let's give the audience a little background on how this got started and how long it's taken us to get it together. Dude, all summer we've been piecing together the podcast. We've gotten equipment throughout the entire summer. It was like 3 or 4 months of a process of getting this together. When I pitched this to you guys in like fucking June.
Just getting together, fucking basically going over like how first episode will go, and then obviously getting the equipment was a whole nother thing where you obviously have to wait for shipping and all that good
was...
stuff. And obviously you don't want to pull. We invested some money, some time. Obviously you don't want to get shit equipment, so if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right.
Yeah. Also, dude, everybody let us know how the audio and the video looks when we upload the first episode. Definitely would love to hear the feedback from everybody.
Sure.
Shout out Rockville. That's for some awesome equipment.
Yeah, these
Sure,
mics are
great.
nice, and you see other podcasts, not with this gold color, but you see other people who
Using
are
Rockville.
getting like 20,000, like not even 20,000, because that's not like a lot to some people, but like people who are getting crazy views are using the same equipment we're using, so it's not like we're half-assing it type shit.
Yeah, what we were hoping is to give you guys a legit podcast right off the bat, not to be some
But even prior to like
amateurs, huh?
yeah, but even prior to that, like more to get into how this started was basically us watching so many podcasts. Like, damn, we could do the same. We basically argue and debate stuff every time, just hanging out, just what we do normally, and just like bullshit. And we're like, why can't we make a podcast that these guys are talking about? Just talk about current events, shit that we like drink of the week, just like almost just doing segments and like SNL like type skits type shit. So
Yep.
basically, why not? He's on Russell Westbrook. Why not?
It's like
Shout out Russell
that
Westbrook.
energy that gets created, like when you're just having a good time talking about something. It's like when you're in a barber shop almost. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
it's like that
like,
different type of energy that like takes place.
That like
you just want people to see that.
Yeah,
that's basically.
And it's
it.
like we were also thinking like prior to making even this first episode, we were nervous like because we obviously did this prior to like, all right, we're meeting up Friday, 8:00, September 3rd. We're making our first episode. Prior to this point, we've sat down and done this, and we're just like, damn, this kind of came effortlessly. So why don't we organize it a little bit? Obviously, we're getting off track, but organize it, make segments, bullet points, and talk about certain shit. And there you go.
Just good conversation, basically.
That's all it is.
Yeah. When we did that sound test, we didn't even realize we did that for almost
Were you
an
fucking
hour.
bullshitting for an hour, class?
For an hour, guys.
I was like, dude, I gotta work at 7, be up for 6. I gotta be out of here for at least 10. I look, it's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, shit.
When you know you're not gonna wake up next day.
Like on time when you gotta be.
Yeah.
Waking up, eyes sagging.
It was cold this morning. I forgot about that up north.
It was nice.
First 3 days into
was
September,
nice, bro.
I'm like,
This is nice.
I
I
need
love
to get
this
this
weather.
sweatshirt on.
I know.
Oh, this
nice.
is good.
All right. I don't even think we efficiently finished the review of the drink of the week, though. What do you guys think about the Bombay Sapphire?
I'll tell you what.
It's smooth.
It's decent, and it's definitely potent. Like, you drink
I was
2
gonna say,
glasses, I'm
like
feeling
a
decent. Like,
Couple
just
drinks
nice.
in, right?
Yeah,
Everybody's on their second one, and
I don't-
I'm feeling alright.
pretty
like,
decent.
You get that warm feeling in your face.
How much is Bombay? I've never bought in Bombay.
This was
Like
like
49
30,
bucks?
yeah, like 35 bucks.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
That's not bad.
The reason I like it is because it's not like, I don't know, it's not like vodka or whiskey or rum or anything like that. It hits a little different.
It's not a rum.
Oh, it's gin. Yeah,
It's gin.
I feel like-
it's different a little bit.
And how
Yeah,
big that bottle is, too. I feel like you get pretty deep. You feel pretty good a bunch of different times off of that one bottle.
Oh,
so.
You know who used to drink this all the time was before he made
Wiz.
his, Wiz. He made his own alcohol, but before he made his own gin,
He was famous for Bombay.
Dude,
like, he
that's-
always had the big
Yeah.
handle of
Hey, he put
Bombay
me out-
chilling.
because like obviously in high school you'll drink anything that gets
Anybody,
you drunk in high
like,
school.
yeah.
Anything that would get you drunk in high school.
Bud Light Platinums.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Me and this kid fucking splitting a bottle of
Oh,
Sky Tropical
yes.
before every
Sky
football
vodka.
game.
Crazy.
I was one thing I never liked though. I never liked Sky vodka. I hate Sky.
No, Sky
Murphy
was
put
shit.
me onto that.
You guys were always Ciroc.
Yeah,
I like
As far as I
Ciroc.
remember, you
I
guys
like
were
Ciroc.
always drinking that
Shout out
Ciroc.
Diddy.
I hated this
Shout
Ciroc.
out Diddy.
I hated
Ciroc's
Ciroc.
good, but like
Nah.
I feel like Sky was kind of similar in a way.
We were younger.
It's
Me and
kinda
you were
similar.
I'm
getting,
not a big vodka guy.
me and you were
Talking
getting
about
blasted
nail
over
polish. You
that
said
shit.
Pineapple
this stuff
Sky,
smells like nail polish when you. That's some nail polish smelling
You
shit.
can't tell me
What,
this
Sky?
isn't smooth.
Especially the what was it? The peach one. I think
I only had
my-
the trop. Me and him got this pineapple. That's what it was. Me and him got pineapple every single time, and we got the same chaser every single time, and it was fire. Every single weekend.
We were doing
Sky,
that. We were.
That's like the
Me and
one.
Murphy
That's like my
chilled
alcohol.
like
I
before
feel like
after
it's so
school every
plain.
Friday.
Like,
Dude, I don't know what it was about Sky. It made like for some maybe the bottle looks like it's just a cheap vodka.
does it's plastic?
You know what I mean?
Don't
Nah,
wanna
it's
buy
just that
bottle?
it doesn't
it's
look.
not plastic.
You never
Yes,
judge
it
a
is.
book by its
No,
cover.
Sky was glass bottle.
Some of them.
It was
like
glass.
The off-brand one.
Nah,
Like
it
the
wa-
off-brand, but like
It was glass, but it was like a navy blue, so it looked
A lot of
plastic.
It
the
just
shit
looked-
that I
yeah,
seen,
it just-
people were showing up with plastic fucking Sky bottles. I was like, what the fuck are they drinking?
I think you're
it's
thinking
like-
of Svedka.
the bomb.
Vodka.
Oh my
is
god,
terrible.
that's
I had a couple bad
no,
experience
that's
off
a
that
fact.
shit.
Svedka is
Yeah,
that's worse.
That's
definitely
nail
worse.
polish.
That's
That's definitely that's bad.
Bottom of the barrel.
And you know what? We're probably gonna get backlash from people on this one because people love Svedka.
There's no way people actually
a lot of people
enjoy
do. A lot of people
Svedka.
do.
It's
I've
just
seen so many
No,
people,
dude.
like
Older
going-
people.
like at
nobody
college-
genuinely
like at
likes it though.
college.
It's just cheap and there's so much.
But people like, dude, there's so many different kinds of cheap alcohol out there, and in college, like, I saw Svedka so much, and there's so
That
many
pink
options.
lemonade
people
bullshit
that
that
like
all the girls liked.
That okay, yeah, that
I never
was-
drank it, but I heard that shit was a headache in a bottle.
No, you remember that time at Peyton's old the
Raj?
Raj, yeah, the Raj house.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Cito was over and he drank that pink lemonade vodka?
The entire bottle.
And he got really bad, like
Dude, he was
really messed up.
fucked. And he's a
Yeah.
big boy,
And
so it's like
exactly.
when
Cito's
he's-
a big dog, and he drank. I don't even know how much it was. It was probably like that
he
much
drank
of
a
a bottle.
good amount of it.
Dude, he drank a lot.
He was fucked.
Bad. It's a good time. Yo, do you remember the time where you ate those? What was it, rigatoni, and you threw them up full rigatonis after you had already chewed them up and ate them earlier that night?
Dude.
We're getting a little off topic.
Yeah. That was, no, I remember that though. That was OD.
Throwing up rigatoni?
No, that was OD. I remember that.
That was a funny ass night.
Did I ever tell you what
Gonna
my
sip
boy
it out.
Mikey... Never mind, this is kind of OD. I'm sorry, but did I ever tell you...
I'm sorry, Mikey.
I ever tell you why my boy Mikey does not eat corn?
No, what happened?
Dude, he is convinced that corn is like genetically made because he said he swears to God he chews every single piece, and when he takes his
That's
shit, it
pasta,
still
too.
comes out whole.
Is it?
He's like, dude, how if I chew every single piece, it's still coming out whole?
That's a fact, though.
Like on some other,
That's
like
a
I would
fact.
kind of look at him crazy because I was just
Corn?
like, how do you know you chew every single piece? Like what the fuck?
Well, regardless, if you're shooting out that much corn after you eat it,
That guy, whoever you're
Like,
talking to
something's going
needs
on.
to get their priorities figured out.
No.
Yo,
That's
E,
just not right.
let's lead this in the other direction
That's
here. We're
just
going
not
towards
right.
shit now.
We're good.
Lead us back on track.
Dylan's the voice of
Let's
reason.
stay on shit.
Yeah, when I become the voice of reason, that's the problem. Yeah, so to that one, E.
Good stuff.
Oh shit. But what's going on with next? I just fucked it.
What?
I was about to ask about Kearney's fucking channel, but we're not really that deep yet.
We can talk about it.
All right, we're gonna edit.
So
this little-
across from me, looking at me, is a caveman, and he likes to use a stick and a string to catch fish every day.
Yeah. Make it sound so basic.
Soon he's gonna discover fire, and then
Yeah.
his
It's just a
business is
simple.
gonna explode.
It's
We're
just
just-
gonna be a.
We're introducing him to some technology right now, and
I can cover the simple fishing ground. I need help with the videos though, and that's where my buddy Ethan's
Listen,
gonna come through.
the whole gig is podcasting is so easy, even a caveman could do it.
right here, and the proof.
Right?
I knew there was something wrong with you putting this all together.
You don't got the caveman look yet though.
Yeah,
You're getting there, Murph.
Yeah, you're
Kearney.
getting
Please
You
don't
give
say
it-
that.
Please don't say that. Dude, we ever
Let it grow.
we gotta go fucking saltwater fishing.
No, they'll be back. The storm chased them
Okay,
out though.
no, but all realness on your fishing page, Kearney, is you're not doing saltwater fishing. on there,
Basically,
are you?
I'm
Is
gonna
it just-
cover. I'm gonna.
Is it all northeastern? Like,
Man,
all right, so
I'm going to cover everything that I like. Everything that I like fish. I am going to have that GoPro on my head, like recording just about everything. Trying to get
Dude.
as much as I can on footage. So if I get good catches,
He had it on his
People
head
can
while
see
we
it,
were
bro.
fucking chilling kayaking, just like we went kayaking a couple
Oh,
weeks
yeah,
ago, and he
bro.
had that shit just
right on your
like-
head, man. Just fish. And who knows? Sometimes you get that big fish, like
Yeah,
and
unexpectedly too. No, that's definitely
Even-
how it goes.
even like I don't know. You catch like a 4 or
Yeah, you might go ahead, let that one out.
getting clipped.
Dude, I saw it so random.
totally. He was like, I had to stop.
Dude, so random, but I
go on,
I don't
go
know
on.
why this got stuck in my head, but I saw Seth at the dog park. He said that he's been meaning to tell you. So you're going towards Mystic, like you're on 95.
I know you
south.
don't even got to the reservoir. That
The
they
reservoir,
don't.
dude,
Dude,
did you
they're
see
gonna
the
let you
pic-
get in trouble, bro.
Did you see the picture that Ben Lensner caught though?
I don't care.
Dude, it was a.
It's in a water reservoir.
It was
Those fish are literally like virgin fish. They haven't seen baits because no one fishes there. You're not allowed to fish there.
He said people were looking at them
Wait, how?
crazy.
Explain that though. Explain that.
Dude,
For people who don't
reservoirs
know-
are so.
All right,
so
all right. Listen,
for people who don't
listen,
know,
listen.
explain-
A water reservoir is something that you get where the town gets the water to drink from.
Like that shouldn't be tainted.
But
Like
not that part, but the virgin fish part. So like, explain why they can't touch those fish.
well, it's not that they can't touch them. It's just that they're easy fish to catch. It's not. It's easy
So it's
game.
inhumane to catch them.
It's not inhumane.
To people, is there rules against it basically?
Man, if I could go to a water reservoir and fish it, hell yeah, I would do it. Like and not get. But
so
I
there's
risk
rules.
losing.
There's rules against that.
Bro, you get
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a $500 fine, I think.
Exactly. So explain why that's not.
Because it's where the town gets their drinking water.
Like the
And-
reservoir is the water they take to pure. Like if we were, say, I went swimming in that reservoir and someone saw me and they call the cops, I'm probably going to jail.
especially kids.
Just
Like
because
maybe
it's-
when we were
Dude,
16.
my body's dirty. Like our oils that we put off is so dirty. They don't want that in the way. Like they have to purify that so much. I feel like
I was
you're
gonna say,
tainting
doesn't
the
it
water.
get purified though afterwards anyway?
Well, either
It
now that I
does,
think about
does,
it,
but
why
dude,
would they
when you
put
hear
fish
like
in there?
when you hear like they
Fish
had
are probably
something
shitting
happen
and
to the
pissing
water,
in
like
it.
when
Natural,
remember
though.
when our water got polluted and like we couldn't drink our water in town for like a day or something, like you
I
had
do
to
remember that.
literally
It's happened a couple times.
exactly
The
when you
Tower
taint
Street kids,
food.
the Tower, the Tower Street kids had to go to Springbrook School because the Tower Street water was
Yeah,
fucked up. Like
man.
when we would push, we were in like 4th grade,
And it's not necessarily
pushed
because
the
people
water
are
fountain to be
fishing.
brown.
It's not because people are fishing. It's just they make that it's kind of a stupid rule. Like,
You don't remember that?
No, but you know it baffles me that that's even a thing because Tower Street and Springbrook are so fucking close. Where's the water separation there?
But same thing like your mom was just saying about the power going out. You guys are on.
They don't care about Springbrook, bro.
No.
I'm
Let me finish.
I'm saying that those areas
No,
are
but what
so
your-
close. Where
like
is the
your
water
mom-
separated at that point?
Like your mom was saying about the storm. Your power went out because of a tree fell down in Ashaway.
Yeah,
You guys are probably you're on a different power
I
grid
understand
and
that.
maybe
That's
water. I
different
don't
though.
know.
It's easier to transfer the electricity through wire than it is water through pipes.
No, I
You
understand.
can't compare
but
electricity to water, though. I don't think.
I'm talking
But
about when there was
for
like some metal
transferring
or
it-
whatever.
Around town, yeah, it's probably easier with wires. And
Yeah, I think that's
electricity.
just a different game. To be
Yeah,
honest.
but like that's what I'm saying. Like it would be easier, not like to think about like moving electricity through a wire than water through a pipe. Like where's the separation? That big ass water tower is right by
are you talking like the
they
polluting
probably
factor?
have
of it? Like,
tons of valves and stuff that they
the
can.
Well, I mean,
supply itself.
there's one in Watch
if
Hill,
it's getting
too.
purified and going to that same water tower right by D'Angelo's.
There's other water towers.
Yeah, I
there's
understand.
a water tower
understand,
near my
but-
house. How about the water tower near our house? We have that
Yeah,
whole
you guys
water
have that other water tower.
right up the hill.
Oh yeah,
dude.
right. Okay, I totally.
We have a
forgot
bunch of
about
them
that.
all
And
over
then
town.
Watch
Dude,
Hill
that's
has
probably
one.
your water, bro.
No,
he's
we have
got
it on
his
well.
own.
How
He's
is
got
that?
a well.
We
Oh,
run on a
dude,
well.
you're on a well. That's why you don't
Well,
even.
no, that's not.
Oh, we're talking
why
about the
it's
school.
separated.
We're talking about
we're
the
talking about
school.
in general the population of the town.
So maybe that
Yeah.
school was getting it from a different water tower. That's probably what it was.
That's what my question was about. I totally forgot about the one that was next to Kearney's house.
Yeah, yeah.
I did. I haven't. You know what, dude? I don't even go to like.
I know.
Yeah,
What are you doing on Hillview? Like,
Yeah, no. And if I go to your house, I'm coming from the other way because I live right up the street.
I don't want to bring
No,
it back to the drink of the week, but how was the Red Bull mixed with the Bombay? Because I didn't end up doing it.
Ginger ale is definitely smoother.
Really?
Better?
Yeah.
It
Ginger
was
ale.
too energy.
Why?
It was
Ginger ale.
energy drink vibe. Didn't go with the
didn't
alcohol.
didn't I say it at first? I said ginger ale.
The-
smoother
No, but
way-
they make alcohol
The
drinks
taste-
with energy.
That's what I was
drinks.
just
well,
gonna
first
say
of all,
too.
Ginger ale is
First
the
off,
best mix with any
did-
alcohol, in my
You
opinion.
guys both use ginger ale, correct? And then you use
No, I used orange.
I use
yeah,
ginger
these
ale.
guys stuff. So I used the tropical Red Bull,
Orange juice.
and he used orange soda, and these guys used
Orange soda, my
ginger
bad.
ale to mix the drink of the week, Bombay Sapphire. And
Go ginger ale.
I'll let you know that ginger ale is definitely the move. 'Cause on my second one, I did the ginger ale for the second one, and it was definitely better. So smoother. The first one, the Red Bull, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I keep fucking burping.
Because that shit
Trying to
probably.
keep, I'm trying to keep it fucking quiet so it doesn't pick up on the mic, but yeah, I keep feeling it. Like it's definitely the Red Bull coming on, like mixing in there.
Everyone can hear your burps.
The
Bro.
extra energy.
Everyone can hear it.
No, that was like that first day when we were going and Kearney had that dry mouth. He kept going.
Is that
No,
you
no,
guys
no,
could
no,
definitely
no.
hear though?
No, but you can.
That's
pick,
just
these
the Red
mic-
Bull giving you
But just
wings.
like
Bro, yeah.
no, but just like Xbox, these mics pick up so much shit.
More
So
than
like
Xbox, dude.
way more.
Like,
I can hear our gums clicking like when we
For
go
sure,
like.
for sure. And dude, even if we had the fan going, like
It would
you
pick that up
you
in a
would hear
second.
that, like you would hear the air in the room circulating. It's literally looking like that. I don't know if it's like the fan makes noise or if it's like the air whipping around, but you hear it over the audio. Like when I was listening to the sound tests and going through it, bro.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Is it something that you can
Or
just
the-
mute though? Like I'm pretty sure you can find that like
when we're,
straight
when we're
sound and
editing
just
and stuff like that, yeah.
mute that out. Yeah.
All right, just a little quick backdrop for the.
Yeah, a little business.
One day we were doing.
talking business over here.
One day, no, but one day we were doing a sound test, and that's when we really realized how much these mics pick up. The dude next door is like mowing his lawn 200 yards
No, that
away,
was
and that
Tracy.
shit was.
It was Tracy.
Was it Tracy?
Yeah.
That shit
either
was
way, my dad was like, I mean,
deep, and it was buzzing. Like
Yeah,
you
like-
could hear it.
my whole yard is probably collectively like an acre, and like he's all over the yard, and you can like he's in the
It'd be like,
corner. He's like in the corner of the front of the house.
Yeah, you can hear him coming
Yeah,
by.
and you can hear him perfectly like over the mic.
Yeah, that shit was. That's when we knew we got
Again,
some
shout
deep-
out Rockville.
Yeah, shout out Rockville for this super crazy equipment, condenser mics, and
Picking
Awesome.
up all the sound in the room.
Is that the same company that came with the soundboard too, or that makes the
so
soundboard?
they sold. So yeah, it came in a set, but sound. All right, so that's it's a Soundcraft notepad. It's a Soundcraft Notepad 12FX. That's our mixer.
Huh.
That's our audio interface, people. For people who don't know.
I just have a question too. So anything can be edited out, you said, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Alright, so if I like go off on like, because I was just want to ask a question that I want to be edited out, but you can do that. Like we can just click that out and
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it though.
as if it never
I'm gonna
happened,
keep
right?
it just
It's just a for just in case.
I forgot what I was gonna
Just to
say.
fuck with Murphy.
No,
'Cause
I'm
I don't know if I want to follow his rules.
Nah, to be
Oh no,
honest,
because I don't think this camera can see me at all.
No, you're good.
no, that was the thing I was gonna
I
ask.
mean,
think you
honestly
can
though,
see
you
me
should
at
be. You
all.
should be leaning forward though.
I know, but I can only lean like so much. You know what I mean? I'm saying,
Like
Lean.
we should be leaned forward.
Nah, but
every time you're talking, you should be leaning
You're
forward.
basically
Before-
spitting into your mic.
Before he brought that up, though, I was going to ask about something, but I was like, wait, it's gonna
Well,
sound stupid.
I don't think it'll be a problem because when I'm looking in the camera, I can see you and Kearney perfectly.
But that was I was
fine.
gonna say. Do you think
So
that
Murphy gets
light
screwed.
is making anything like? Do you think
No.
that light looks weird? Or
you know what? You know what's
there's
crazy?
no way that thing's seeing me at all. Right?
Those two will
Ghosted.
probably.
You know what? When you just look, I mean, you guys didn't even check it out before we started, which is probably my fault. I didn't even ask. But the camera angle looks fine.
You see
I
everybody.
I mean, obviously, without having somebody else look at what we look like, I couldn't tell. But I mean, from your angle, it could only be better for me and you because it's kind of slanted towards us. But if I can see Collins and him perfectly fine through the camera. So I mean, we don't have to edit this out either way. By the way, this is fine.
But
What is that one?
what?
It's a podcast, dude.
Kind of going back to like keeping everything bullet pointed and fucking organized type. Say, some of your bullet points were like stuff after high school, weekly confession, but for you, how was life after high school and getting into college and shit like that, and like really going through working and then coming home from the summer, just basically a college experience. Then we'll go from person to person, pretty much.
I'll tell you what. I went to a medium to smaller size university. I go to University of Massachusetts Dartmouth for people who don't know, and it's not as exciting as you want it to be. That could just be my school as well. But if you can find a cheaper way to get an education than going to a university, online, anything, do it. Because you know what, I thought that I didn't feel like I learned a lot online this past few semesters doing university online. But you know what, I still feel like I did after I complete the course. I still feel like I learned, and it's 10 times cheaper. Like right now I'm commuting and doing online courses, like it's like $15,000 cheaper, guys.
And at the end of the
lot of
day,
money.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, you're gonna get the same degree and you're gonna make the same amount of money with your degree.
The only thing that I can say, sorry to cut you off, but the only thing that I can say about university is that I met some of the greatest people. I have some like awesome new friends from college, and everybody's gonna meet them on here.
Good
They're all gonna come on.
experiences.
Yeah, great experiences. Still definitely fun. But yeah, definitely. It comes down to putting yourself in that crazy debt hole. Yeah, I'm in crazy debt already, and I don't regret it, but it's definitely like if I could have done it a smarter way, I definitely would have. So if you can find a way to lower that bill, definitely do it, because student debt's not going anywhere for anybody. So
Nope.
Shit, I know people who are 40, 42 that literally are posting Facebook, like my mom's friends, just paid off my student debt, time
Yeah,
for a drink.
for
I'm
real,
like, damn,
dude.
you're like 45.
It's
Like, the
insane.
fuck? It's crazy how that shit racks up.
yeah, that's definitely one piece of advice that I would give to everybody is it's definitely like if you can afford it and you think that, like, listen, if you're going to school to be a fucking doctor, I get it.
Yeah, go to
Go to
Ivy League
school.
school.
Go to school and get your lines in.
Where your first year's salary is gonna pay
Yeah,
off the
dude.
fucking 12 years you just paid for school or you're in school.
Yeah, if
debt.
you got the
Sure.
smarts, to handle it, you gotta
But
go
at the
for it.
end
Like,
of the
if you
day-
know you're gonna be making that bag, do it. Go to college, enjoy that fucking experience, meet all the people you can.
100%.
Even for me, like I fucked up my first 2 years of college, I had a crazy girlfriend, and my first 2 years, I had a crazy fucking girlfriend, and I was no better. We had a toxic fucking relationship, and I barely went out. I don't think I actually cheated on her, but like we definitely like had like one of the.
Yo, what, do I have a dollar bill? Do I have a dollar bill?
Listen,
Lay a dollar bill.
I'm gonna crunch it up.
You gotta keep it a buck.
I'll keep it a buck
Not
right now.
keeping it a
I'll
buck.
digress and I'll fucking explain the situation real quick for everybody.
But not to cut you off, but like what they're talking about with keeping it a buck and how he was so quick to be like, where's the dollar bill? We said before this, like, one of our main rules before starting this, when the three of us, when someone's telling a story like Ethan, where we all think like, nah, you're not keeping a buck there, Kevin, like, you're lying. I said we should get a little table, or this table if it was convenient, where we were keeping it around. We take a dollar bill for every time, like all three of us. We three
Throw that shit in the trash.
All right, you
Throw
take
it in
that
the
dollar
trash.
bill and you sign it, or you throw it in the trash, and that's how you know you're not keeping it a buck. But keep going to your
All right.
story.
Definitely keeping it a buck here. So there
Actually,
will be no dollars thrown in the fucking trash by your host.
I was gonna say I do have a
I
buck.
think he
I
does.
had three
I think
already.
he owes one.
I don't owe one.
I think he owes
I
one.
had three
So
already.
keeping it a buck right here. Keeping it a buck right here, right now, telling this story. First time nobody's ears have heard this story besides my college roommate.
Oh shit.
So
Jeez, it's getting deep.
definitely keeping it a buck here. I don't even think my friends at college, other than my roommate, know this story.
Did we cheers to this before? Like,
I'm not proud of it. So yeah, I had
least
this
he's not
crazy,
proud.
like I said before, I had this crazy girlfriend my freshman and sophomore year, and this happened. It started with this other girl my freshman year, and honestly, it was a mistake, but it's the beginning of me exploring in college, doing, you know, different shit, meeting new people, and just, you know, getting away from that toxic relationship. So, I broke up with, I'm not gonna say her name on here, because I just definitely did not get permission to share this. But,
Permission.
I don't want nobody going crazy on me. But, I had this crazy girlfriend. You guys know who she was. And yeah, but anyway, we broke up like towards like the end of my freshman year, and like right after we broke up, I got right on Tinder.
Oh God.
Yeah, I got right on Tinder. No shame here.
See,
honestly,
that's one
no
thing
shame.
I can say. I never have made a Tinder
Never had
account.
Tinder.
Let me get some of them.
I am online actively shopping for women.
No cute.
But yeah, no, I got right
these
on.
are little crush cubes.
Fuck.
I know, I'm running out. We'll go get more ice later. But yeah, I got right on Tinder after we broke up because I was super upset that we broke up, right? And
Of course.
super upset.
So you wanted to jump on another chick,
Yeah,
right?
you want to jump right back in. That's basically how men work. But yeah. So I immediately got on Tinder and I found this girl, and like, you know what, dude? Let's be honest here, and we'll keep it a buck first. Tinder usually never fucking works out. Let's be real.
No, I got
You get on
40-year-old
Tinder?
dudes at my job that strike out like a maniac.
Like a maniac. It's no different. It's no different from every other age group, unless I just don't pull. But, but like,
How many swipes you got?
Yeah. What?
How many people have swiped on you?
So how's
swipe-
that shit
I
work?
swipe
You gotta
on-
pay.
I don't know how
bread?
that shit
You gotta
works.
pay
I have
money.
two
to-
cents.
Yo,
I got
I
two- I had
don't
2
know
cents
how
for
that
you
shit works. I
guys.
just know like you get swiped on or whatever.
You definitely
Listen,
have that shit.
it's
You're a
definitely more
schemer.
than I can count. Like,
And you're
definitely more than I can count, and that's
Let me
not
get that
like,
thing. Like,
I
are
just
they-
had
and
Tinder.
you
I've
just
had
said-
Tinder. Like I've had the same Tinder account.
and do you pull the trigger or like
Well,
with half of them, or like
let me
just
finish the story.
Two quarters.
How many are fatties? Do you clap fatties? It's a yes or no.
This kid's talking about clapping fatties when he claps no fatties, and he goes to the casino.
You guys have to elaborate on what fatties.
You guys are interrupting.
You guys can't just
the
jump
question.
into
Murphy,
fatties.
Do you clap fatties? Yes or no? I mean,
Let's just clarify for the
What
audience
fatties are.
that clapping fatties is
nice slam pig.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That was so
Why are you going down south right now?
For real, dude,
I'm
you
sorry.
are
Deep Louisiana.
I was raised better.
Why'd you go all the way down south for that?
Yeah. He hit some fucking Lil Jon.
Shit. Shit.
Back to what clapping fatties means.
Clapping fatties means
Listen,
220 plus.
no, I think it's all ratio. Because
Correct.
Ethan just supposed to tell us like a story or some shit.
yeah.
I don't know where the
Clapping-
you're on your own, Jack.
What we mean by clapping fatties, guys?
Shut up.
We went too deep.
You know what clapping fatties means. You don't need to clarify anything. You sound ridiculous,
Ethan's
dude.
telling a story about his fucking girl, like ex girl,
Yeah,
whatever,
no, I keep
fucking
getting
jumping
cut
into
off.
Tinder. So
Listen,
like after
if
Tinder, you
anybody's
jumped right
listening-
into Tinder.
Send in some information about people cutting people off because it's a problem already.
All I'm saying is fuck college. Fuck all that Tinder bullshit. Fuck
Get
college.
on your grind, bro.
No, listen, if you go to college and you're out of university, like, the only acceptable time to be on Tinder is you break up with a girl and you're all depressed. You get online and you don't have to deal with that you don't got to deal with that social pressure. And that's real shit. No, that's real shit. Social pressure is a real thing.
What is
Especially for dudes going after girl, like, you know, it's hard for a dude to go up to a girl, approach a girl, especially the girl that you want. You know, how many times do you see like that really attractive girl and you're like, dude, I'm not going up there.
That's why I didn't go to college, so I didn't go to college parties. I just worked and I would go out
and you go to bars and you see.
But I'm not like the drinking type where I'm going crazy, screaming out. I'd be chilling.
I don't think any
I'd
of
be
us are.
chilling, like doing my thing and just hanging out, smoking, not drinking like crazy, just staying aware. So like I would.
Drinking like crazy.
Yeah, I'm not like that. When I would go out to parties, I wanted to stay aware just in case, like, yo, cops are here, or a fight breaks out. Like, I don't want to be sloshed, falling over, trying to run away, or have to fight and be just too drunk. Like, that's why I would always just smoke and like would get buzzed. Like, nothing too crazy.
Somebody's phone.
Not mine. My shit died.
Oh, it's mine.
Silent mode.
Oh, that boy
Smokey.
getting blown up by his little baby.
No, it's Bot Squad.
What does the bot squad talk about these days? You can edit this out. It's like,
Why, you left?
Murphy got kicked out. He didn't leave.
He got
When?
no, I left the bot squad.
You left? I left
You
for a
remember that
while.
fiasco? It was just
I
like
booted Murphy from Bot Squad.
I left for a little while too because it just got too much of
Hop
everybody
back in the
being
Bot
flaky.
Squad. What happened?
And
I didn't even know you left.
I knew he left because I kept adding him back and he kept leaving.
oh yeah, I do remember that.
All right, do we get to
no, that's what I heard. So I'm just fucking.
tell what the Bot Squad is, or
No. It's just a group chat with like the rest of the fucking
Home and
goofy ass motherfuckers we hang out with. But,
game with?
and play Xbox with and ball with and just try to chill with, and nobody's
They
trying
don't
to chill.
ball, by the way. None of them can make a basket besides me.
Kearney's just now recovering from his shattered ankles, compound fractures.
Notice how Murphy comes after me.
I
'cause
put
he knows
Murphy
I'm
on the
baller here.
floor
Yeah,
at
right.
Broad
He
Street.
knows
I'm the king of Broad
baller
Street.
here.
For only in-game dunk.
The king of
Right
nut
here.
milk.
No,
The only reason
no.
Kearney can make a
Yes.
basket because nobody wants to get near that beard. He's got bugs and food in it.
It's scrappy, but it fucking swishes. All right.
No.
No, definitely
It
not.
does. Oh, bro, I'd be so,
Kearney,
bro,
hold on.
dude. How about the arc? You can't tell me the arc shot ain't there.
All right, but
The arc shots a laser.
so a different.
Kearney.
But so a different perspective.
The laser.
The laser isn't there.
He's got he's saying he doesn't have art.
Say the laser, bro. Describe the laser.
But,
Describe the laser. No
what was
art.
I just about to say?
Low percentage.
Oh,
Low
And
percentage.
I'm gonna just leave it
these
at
two are
that.
arguing about some stuff.
I'm just gonna leave it at
All right,
that. I'm just
fuck
gonna leave it at
that.
that.
I'm
Shitty
done.
basketball game.
But,
one.
moving forward, a
We're
different
gonna settle this.
perspective.
We're gonna settle this with the GoPro.
You,
A
great.
GoPro.
We're gonna
Yeah,
settle
Kearney
this.
does have a GoPro where he can now.
I'm going to
That's
settle.
We will definitely get that going.
Let's see.
We will. We will definitely get that going.
I'm not worried.
No, but
should be
a
very
different
worried.
perspective.
Do we want to get into the weekly confession right now?
I always think. Well, I mean, you just made
Trying to
a
get on
fucking
court
big
right
ass
now.
confession. So I mean, I guess you killed two birds with one stone. But I was about to say,
Yeah, you ain't.
what about a different perspective to people other than the college route, via me or Murphy or?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Well, we'll go into for if you don't go to college, for people who like know they're not going to college. We got a couple people here who definitely didn't take that route. We got one who took that route and decided to go a different route in the middle, and those are both very good perspectives to have. So Collins and Murphy will share those now.
Go ahead, Murphy.
And you want to put me on the spot?
Yeah.
Either
right.
one can go first.
So basically, for me,
Going last.
you know, in high school, I would get stuff done, but I didn't take it like super seriously. Senior year, took it kind of seriously, got everything done, but I was very average GPA. Like I barely. Like Rider, I went to Rider University in New Jersey. It's not like an incredibly hard school to get into. My mom was alumni there, so I think that gave me a little bit of an edge. But when I went there,
Oh, your mom went to Rider?
Quick
Yeah.
interruption and
What?
question.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
If you don't mind sharing, what was your high school GPA?
Oh, my high school GPA. I think it was like a 2.6.
A 2.6.
2.6 or 2.7. I don't know.
No way.
I don't know.
So,
yeah, dude, that's
for-
that's low, Collins.
Mine was like lower than that.
Dude, that's
Listen,
a low
but I didn't give-
GPA.
I
People
was
had like
also
If you
getting
have,
point.
listen, guys. For people who don't know, and this is a quick insider, 2.5 and above is usually like the average for like any university that's not like prestigious. So
like University of Florida type
There
shit.
you go.
Wouldn't be. I think that's like a 3 point something to get into.
you know
there.
what's crazy about those schools, and I don't know if it's obviously I didn't go to them. You know what I mean? But this is through like the general like people who go to college. They generally talk about it as down south. It may like the requirements to get into the schools may seem a little extravagant, but once you get there, the education's not too great.
Yeah.
So like when you get there,
Right.
that you like once you get there, you're passing basically, even if you're not like that great of a student. And a lot of people get into those schools, like getting through those requirements without even having to like really fulfill them. So.
No.
So yeah, basically, as Ethan clarified, I have a very average GPA. So I went to a very average school, but it was just it was a small private school. It had had a good time, and there was a lot of casinos in that area. I like to play poker, so that's what I did. But I just
trying to be a dick.
no, you're good. I just barely squeaked by, and what I realized was I just missed out on a scholarship before I went to Rider. It was literally a $15,000 scholarship. All I had to do was get a B+ in one class.
You're talking about in high school, right?
No, this was from CCRI. So I went to
CC?
I went to CC for a year.
When did you go to CC?
I went to CC for a year after
but
high
what
school.
year?
Oh, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I
Right after
graduated 2016.
He went
Yeah.
2017 was it?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, I went to CC for a year, and then I took like a year off, and then I went to Rider.
Totally
I only
forgot
needed
you went
1
to
year.
CCRI.
Yeah, I only needed 1 year at CC. So, but basically, I went there and I just missed a scholarship because my car, whatever. I'm not gonna get into details, but I got screwed on 15 grand. I got screwed on 15 grand for a scholarship, and so when I went there, and then they were like, "Yeah, so you didn't end up getting that, so it's gonna be this much."
And you're like, oh.
And I was like, damn, that's pretty cold right there. So I just saw how much it cost, and I knew that I could do something the same, if not way better, for no dollars.
Having said that, let's go into what you actually do now.
So what I actually do now
Get
is
that after you, Ethan.
I sell insurance. So I'm an independent like I'm a 1099 on a tax form, so I'm self-employed, which means I represent a number of companies and sell insurance for them.
Listening. So
I sell insurance, which is the type of job where it's all commission, so there's no ceiling to how much you can make. It depends on like how hungry you are, like you know, and it's a sales job, so there's different aspects to it. I'm not going to bore everybody with insurance, but basically there's people who inside of 3 to 5 years can build $250,000-$500,000 a year salary. $250,000-$500,000 a year salary inside of 3 to 5 years, and they don't need any college degree to do that. So, and I'm around people that have done that. I talk to them. They're on the morning calls, so like they give you advice on everything. So it's just pretty crazy. I knew I could do that, no problem, instead of wasting money on college.
For people who don't know, also let them know what company you work for.
I work for the Assurance Group. We're a brokerage. We represent over 300 different companies. The companies that you may represent in a different state may be different because of the state. But other than that, also my side gig, I'm trying to do solar, independent contractor for Power Corporation as well. They're just opening up in Connecticut, so I want to be selling solar as well.
That's the big move in the Northeast right now, by the way, guys.
It's the future.
I know down south,
future.
Yeah, down south has been on the move, like on the solar wave for a while, but up north it's been a slow progression out here. And if our boy starts selling solar, everybody hit him up.
Shit, I'd have on.
Hit me up. I got your best interest in mind. I'm very straightforward.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll love me. And we have amazing prices.
There we go.
I'll take it though.
Other side gigs,
All
but
right.
that's for another podcast.
Moving over to the other cat who has some advice for people who doesn't go to college.
Yeah.
Collins, he's a cat that I think is he's got one of the best work ethics, I think, for somebody who didn't go to school and who honestly didn't give a fuck about high school when he was there. Like, I had classes with the kid, didn't do shit. So let's be real out here, Collins.
Class A jackass.
Collins, he's a smart cat, but he didn't fuck with school, and this is definitely something you want to listen to because he makes money and he didn't take no education. So,
To be honest, I just couldn't focus on school because I just one, it was just crazy that someone who makes $45,000 to $60,000 a year is going to tell me how I can act and is trying to teach me something that they swear they know so much about, where really they're just reading off of a curriculum book. Math, every single, let me see, we got to do chapter 1 through this for the first semester.
Can I just
you
interrupt?
really aren't using a lot of your knowledge.
Can I interrupt real quick? Because I started my college career going to school for a teacher, so like I can relate to that type of deal right there. I agree with that, Collins. I think that a lot of the time teachers, they're going through the motions with curriculum and stuff like that. And I think that the reason why I was always drawn to English, because I was an English major, I was going to go to school to teach English and all that shit. I think the reason why I was drawn to English is because that's something you literally can't sit there and just read from and get the most out of it. You have to read into words.
That there's certain topics like history. There was history. All right, so there's a couple teachers that really got to me.
Big for me, but
English, history, and like, not for nothing, resource teachers. Everybody made like, oh, you're in resource. Oh, you're retarded.
Quick interruption though.
Explain
Explain what resource is to people, because it's definitely called different things in all different places.
Different places, obviously, but resource in the Rhode Island school district or Westerly school district was basically someone who they deemed, it's not special, but like
Special
who couldn't
education. Special education.
I had a block while other kids went to English, or not English, but like other kids went to fucking Spanish. I never once took a language in high school. I always had resource that took up and that was basically an hour from where I could work on schoolwork, study, and do my homework, because they knew it's not that my parents weren't good parents by any means. I used to get shit on every time, like my report card. My parents, I was deathly afraid of my parents, but at the same time, like, I just didn't have that drive for school. I would have much rather went and mowed lawns with Tyler or fucking umpired the games and made that $120 for fucking 3 hours of doing something I liked. Fucking umpiring baseball games. I worked at such a young age and got my own money at such a young age. I was like, dude,
I agree with that too.
At the end of the day, I'm making like
Yeah.
$500 a week at like 16, 15, while the teachers that are teaching me my education after taxes are making $750 a week. So they're making $150 more than me to teach me. I basically have the same money in my pocket as you do.
Yeah, I mean,
so I wasn't there to give a fuck. Like,
that's debatable though, because teachers around here
make a little bit more,
and I'm talking about specifically our part of Rhode
but I
Island,
also knew,
because the we have, like, we're in the state. I'm talking about in the state of Rhode Island. I think our school is ranked like in the
it's
top
up
10.
there.
It's in the top 10.
But more of,
It's crazy.
not even more of that. Like,
I didn't know that.
if I applied myself, I remember in 8th grade, me and Parker had a bet. Mr. Paduzzi, great ass dude. And I connected with guys who, like, teachers, not anything about girls. I had a great Mr. Foch. Certain women teachers that I had, we connected great. But I feel like I was more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like, into it.
I had Mr. Baduzzi, so I
Into
I
it
know
more.
what you're
Like,
talking
guys
about.
who I could also talk to about some bullshit that they're being told to teach me, but then will break out of that teacher character and talk to me about the NCAA March Madness, or talk to me about the Eagles, or talk to me about the Sixers, or fucking just real life shit. You don't have to be a robot as a teacher, and that's why I think resource teachers are more important than any teacher I've ever had, because some of, like, my favorite teachers have been resource teachers because they know I don't give a fuck.
Shout out Miss Smythe.
Shout out Mr. Simmons.
Shout out Mr. Simmons. Like, dude, just other people out there, like, and gym teachers. They know your best class, and what you really care about is their class because it's sports. I was in high school to get C's to pass so I could play sports. And I was in school for the social event of seeing my boys every day, getting out of school at 2 or 1:55 and be like,
Yeah.
whose house are we going to before practice? Or, like, when there isn't a sport, what are we doing for a couple hours? Like, where are we hanging out? Like, what are we doing until my mom gets home and I have to be home? Like, I was more in school for, like, to actually enjoy myself. Like, there were some kids, like, not that my parents didn't push me to be good in school, but my parents also weren't dentists or doctors. They were working till 5:30, 6 o'clock and had grown-up shit to worry about and pay bills. Like, the last thing they're worried about is a 15-year-old. Not the last thing they're worried about, but, like,
I know,
they shouldn't have.
We all know.
They
what you mean.
shouldn't have to worry about. You guys know my parents. You shouldn't have to worry about a 15-year-old kid to get his shit done. And I didn't want to get my shit done because I wanted to hang out with my friends and enjoy my life, not get dictated at school. So after high school, I knew I wasn't going into. I actually talked to an Air Force recruiter. He came to the high school. I sat down, talked to him, got the whole envelope, got all that shit, and I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna make $1,200 a month to get my whole life dictated when I could do what I did?" I moved to Florida thinking I was gonna get in-state tuition at Valencia, work for a year, save up money, which I ended up not doing because I realized the money I was making at the time was not worth me going to pay it back into school because I can keep saving up this money. And now I'm at the point where I'm at. Now I have a good job, uneducated, which my mom hates when I say, because I'm not uneducated. I just don't have a college degree. But I'm making more than kids that are now in $80K debt. And my only debt is worrying about my car insurance, and when I finally take up the only debt I ever want in my life is my house.
Yeah, and
So, like,
a good example is myself. Like, I put myself in debt. I mean, obviously, I got my head on my shoulders. I'm probably gonna get a good job, but
and yeah, I'm not saying this to put anybody down, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying to people who don't go to college,
knowing what they want to do, like
Knowing
people
which-
who go to college not knowing.
Just go to CC. Go to
Not
community college.
Okay, that was a good. That's a good just like separation to make between like kids who go to college and know exactly what the fuck is good, and then kids who go to college and they're going to college for the experience part that we were talking about earlier. that you definitely would miss out on, but it's not like the end of the world. You get that really anywhere as long as you're willing to relocate and move and
Like, I know-
and do new experiences.
I know all these kids that are in debt, and I'm not shitting on people who took the college route, because obviously we're in difficult times where COVID happened and all this shit, where it's hard for people that are coming out
listen,
of college to, not to cut you off, but college kids that are coming out of college to find a job. Luckily for me, I didn't go to college. I've been saving money this whole entire time working. I was considered an essential worker when I was working in Florida, cleaning pools, doing pool reconstruction. I move up here, get a job with ServPro. I'm doing COVID cleanings, making all this money doing COVID cleanings while making my hourly wage. Like, I'm making a certain dollar amount now where it's like, if I was to go get a degree, I would be making the same amount with a degree. So I'm making the same amount of money right now.
It's just harder work,
Technically,
You know
but
what I
I'm going
mean?
to work
It's
my way up,
labor.
hopefully. But I know people right now that are in minimum 50K debt. I'm just putting that out there. Minimum 50K debt, and they're out there at the fucking Windjammer or the Andrea. Not you work at the Andrea, but they're at the Windjammer, the Andrea. There are all these other summer jobs that I worked when I was 16, 17. No, I'm not saying that. But like 18.
just
It's
messing
real
with
shit.
you.
That is really. That's keeping it a buck right
and
there.
they
That's
put
real
their
shit.
family. I knew my mom worked her ass off. My dad worked their ass off. My dad had my two twin sisters, one disabled. That I'm not putting I knew I wasn't gonna put my family in that debt.
I mean,
I
at
knew
the
I'm
end of
gonna
the
work
day,
my
though,
ass.
At the end of the day, for somebody who is in college, you're not putting your family in that debt. That shit goes.
But if I,
like, you
but if-
can't.
Yeah,
listen,
but how many people co-sign? How many people
Exactly,
get a co-sign for
there's
the loan?
There's a lot of
put
cosigns.
You put a cosign on, but that debt, like, yeah, that might like fall. Like,
Right.
listen, like,
But this is
yeah,
deep. Not
if
to cut you
start-
off.
Yeah, no.
But this is really
Cosign
deep.
is
This
big
is
deal,
hold
man.
on. This is
Cosign's a big deal, but like, listen, if you miss payments and your cosign has to start making payments or whatever. Listen, that cosign for a reason. They have the money to make those monthly payments, and if you got to pay them back,
But-
you pay them back. But
listen. Not to cut you off, but do they? They just love you so much that they will sign that name so you can go get that education and you can make that money to eventually one day. I'm working my balls off and investing. I do crypto, I do stocks, other shit where I don't need an education to make money. I have other like side hustles and shit where I make my money to do what I gotta do. At the end of the day, co-signing, it's deep and it's fucked up to say. You go out, your mom or somebody co-signs for a vehicle or schooling. I go out, you know how I drive, I like to do whatever I do. I die in a car accident. Them motherfuckers still want their money whether you're in a casket or not. They're going to come after that co-signer. Those schools still want your money. You die in a car accident, there's UMass Dartmouth's still coming after your mom for that money.
Well, that's why I gotta
That's
cut you
actually,
off right there. I'm so sorry, but that's why you need life insurance.
Hey, this guy called him.
If you were to pass away, who's
Rhode
that
Island.
gonna land on?
life insurance.
Everybody's gotta ask himself that.
Who's gonna buy life insurance at 24?
But that's why you
No,
find
okay.
a
People
good
buy life
job.
insurance at
Listen.
24.
So you guys.
But all I'm saying is, dude, if you don't go to college,
fried.
a couple tips that I will give to you. One, you gotta lose money to make money, so don't be afraid. If you're looking at a stock that's it's already at $22. If I only buy 5 shares, that's $100. Spend that $700, $800 because that $22 a share stock is probably a year and a half later, 7 months later, is gonna go to $130. And if you spend that $700, you're now looking at like a couple $1,000s worth that you really didn't need at the time. And another thing, do not get wrapped into the theory of I need a 2018 car off the lease. Do a buy here, pay here. Buy a paid off car that will get you from point A to point B and to C sometimes. That's not going to cost you $1 million to fix. And just save up as much money as you possibly can and invest it. And work your ass off. And then eventually save for business and figure out your life. That's all I can say. And never judge a book by its cover. Because I met a lot of people when I moved to Florida that if you bring them to Westerly, Rhode Island, they're probably going to get pulled over immediately. just by based on how they look. We live in a very stereotypical town, in a very judgmental town. I met a lot of great people that you would look at and be like, damn, that person looks crazy. But then you talk to them and they got a great heart. They want the best for you. I've met people in Florida that I've known for 4 years that would give me the fucking shirt off their back right now if I called them. I grew up with people that I know. I would give the shirt off my back to them and they wouldn't give me a sleeve. So there's shit like that like, that's another thing. You gotta judge. Once everybody, we had a huge friend group, not being cocky, we had a lot of friends growing up and we were always like, oh, we'll never not be friends with these people. It's very, 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 very cliche, and I would have never thought. But, like, a lot of these people really don't give a fuck about you. And that's another thing. I wish I could delete social media, but I'm very wrapped up into it. Social media is another huge thing where you try to impress people that really don't give a fuck about you. So at the end of the day, you're going to lose people that you think are there for you, but when you're really going through it, they don't give a fuck. Nobody really gives a fuck about you but your family, and that's really, and you're really like your close circle of friends that you grew up with, and you just got to save and worry about yourself at the end of the day.
That's deep.
That's what I guess. And that's what I learned from growing, like not taking the college route and being very independent, paying my own car insurance, paying my own shit, buying my own car, going through this. None of my family knows this, like kind of like Ethan telling about that whole cheating story. Not as crazy, but I was on probation and not a single one of my family members knows. To this day, bought my own lawyer, went to my own court dates. There's certain shits you gotta grow up. Like my grandmother, my mom, my dad, nobody knows about this, but I hired my own lawyer when I got pulled over and got fucked with that week. Like,
yeah, when we were there.
That shit.
They know about it now.
They know about it now, but there was certain shit that I had to do by myself that I really had to be a man about, and I couldn't rely on mommy or daddy. I had to save up my own bread. I had to piss clean. I had to do what I had to do. And that just made me grow up. Moving to Florida was one of the best things I ever did, but coming back was one of the greater things I did, because now I have this grown-up mentality where I'm not working at the Musqueam Club making $500 a week, and then by the end of next Friday, I have $0. Now I know, like, I put a certain amount in my checking account, because I know I can eventually grow in my company. And with stocks, and there's so many ways. NFTs, that's another
well, this is the
fucking
thing.
episode.
You're giving yourself options, right? So you could learn this whole Surf Pro thing. Maybe one day you open up your own thing.
I could open my own shit. And that's another thing. Surf Pro and breaking my body, cutting people's houses down, doing all this mold mitigation and all that shit isn't my final goal. What I want to do, really, when I save up enough money, I want to get a nice little storefront. My dad's worked in pawn shops and shit. We've all like my dad and my grandfather are super into collectibles, shoes, cards, pawning. Like, I want, and like I've been to LA and I experienced like Melrose and Fairfax, how it's mad pop-up shops all over the place. I want Westerly's very own, like when I have the startup capital to do it, buy everything I need in a rental property and storefront. I want Westerly's very first pawn shop. Bape, Supreme, Jordan, Nike, all this pop, like cards, race cars, fucking Matchbox,
mixing pot of all cultures.
Just a cult, like a dope ass store where there's like pictures of like graffiti on the store. There's a basketball hoop with hardwoods as the floor. Like I have this whole vision of like the floor being hardwoods with a basketball hoop up on the wall somewhere where kids, if it's not busy in the store one day, yo, hit this shot right now. And you can pick any t-shirt under $50. That's the type of shit I got going in my head where I want to own that type of store where I'll be in there every single day and I don't have to bitch like, oh, dude, it's 7:30. I got 20 minutes where I have to brush my teeth, get ready, get dressed. And no, I want to be at my shop at 7:45, happy, ready to go chilling like, damn. That's a nice pair of shoes. I might have to put those in the bag for myself because I made it to that point where I don't need to sell that pair of shoes. I want to just have my own store and not have to like
freedom.
Like that's what it's all about. Freedom. And I don't want to work for another person.
Being your own boss.
And I'm grateful for all the employers that I've had because I've learned a lot from them. Even
Not
Kip,
a lot of people can say that. So
I'm grateful for all of my
Yeah.
employers, from BJ's Brewhouse to fucking Pinch a Penny in Florida in the 105 degrees fucking weather,
Wait, hold
breaking
up.
concrete.
What's pinch a penny? What are you pinching penny? How are you
Dude,
pinching
all
penny?
right.
I was gonna say
That's
everybody.
about pinching pennies.
Everybody seemed to
All
have
right.
a reaction.
All right,
Shout out
so-
to pinch and penny.
Shout out to Pinch a Penny in Florida.
Shout out Pinch a Penny Pools.
That
Kip,
could be anything.
Kip and Pam Smith, the GOAT. Like, dude, it was hard work. Not gonna get you wrong. I'm breaking fucking concrete, cleaning pools, fucking doing acid washes, but like in the hot ass weather. But like that's the progression. I was a year ago today. I moved. It's September 3rd. I moved from Florida back up to Rhode Island August 28th last year. I was making $11 at Pinch a Penny. Actually, I got a raise before I moved. 3 months before I moved, I was making like $13, sweating my dick off.
Pinching pennies, man.
Fucking cleaning pools, like while I'm in the truck trying to trade stock. Moderna's finally COVID starting. I was labeled an essential worker. I was like, oh, Moderna's at $15, dude. Eventually, like COVID, everybody's gonna need the vaccine. Here we are. Can't even get into certain states without a vaccine. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy this amount of shares of Moderna. It ends up being crazy. I make a decent amount of money.
How much did Moderna go up?
Dude, I bought Moderna at $18 a share. I think Moderna, like, when the vaccine was finally getting pushed out, ended up being $178 a share.
Wow.
Yeah, so like, and that was my first time ever dealing with.
Wow.
That was my first time ever dealing with stock. So I was like, dude, if I wasn't such a pussy and I took the $2,000 I had in my bank account to where I had like $4,000 in my bank account at the time. If I cut my bank account in half and just risked it for the scared money doesn't make money. If I took the $2,000 that I was scared to lose and I put that into Moderna and I sold it at the right time, I'd probably be really good right now. Like I probably would have the startup capital to make the business I was talking about. So that's another thing I will tell people.
Pull the trigger.
The $3-4 that you're scared to lose at 18, 19, 20 that you saved up, that you worked your dick off for the past couple of years to really get to, do not. Right, it's probably an astronomical $300,000. Right now I wouldn't be sitting like that's pretty fucked up. Hopefully I'd still have I'd be sitting here at this table, but
We'd probably be in a better setup.
we wouldn't be here right
we
now.
would never even have heard from him.
Yeah,
You'd
no,
be
we wouldn't
gone.
hear from Collins ever.
You would have
again.
got my postcard from fucking
You've
Fiji.
been out smoking darts, getting hookers, doing some full send shit.
You would have
be in Fiji. Just
You guys would have gotten my
fucking water.
postcard from deep away. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, scared money doesn't make money. Spend that couple because I've blown through probably $10,000 in the past 2-3 years. That I'm good now. I don't need that $10,000 that I lost. Yeah, it'd be nice, but like, money comes and goes. And if you can really jump on an investment early, do it. Dogecoin, I wasn't the person to shove Dogecoin down your throat like all these media and all that shit on Twitter where it's like Dogecoin to the moon. I silently, where I was like, all right, I'm getting a check from ServPro every week where I know if I take this $2,000-$3,000, put it into Dogecoin right now where it's at 0.0010,
Yeah.
I bought a lot of that shit when it was a good time to buy it and made a lot of money off of that shit. So it was kind of cool, like, doing taxes where I also got a W-2, but I also had a 1099, like Murphy.
Yeah.
Because stocks, you get a fucking...
That's your own business.
That's my own shit. I made money
Yeah.
off of my brain. Like, I made money off of me.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the... It was cool. Like, just that's what I mean.
It's crazy making enough
Don't be
to
afraid.
claim on taxes. Like,
Yeah, like, I made enough where I had to claim money. Like, I had to claim. So, like, don't be afraid to lose money at a young age. That's another thing. Like, money's gonna come back.
But that's also important to note that, like, when you make money on stocks, you gotta claim that shit. Because,
Definitely pay your taxes.
Scared money don't make
pay them
money.
taxes and scared money don't make money. That's two lines.
And failure is success, by the way, as well. I mean, you want to fail as much as you can while you're young.
Scared money doesn't make money.
You learn from your failure. So,
Yeah.
say if you want to say scared money doesn't make money, okay. So don't be scared. Put all your money in, and then if you fail, you learn from that. So
I gotta do this
it's all
differently.
mindset. It's all how much you want out of yourself.
I'm no
Get
fucking
in what you put out.
stockbroker. I'm not a master at stocks, but what helped me with stocks is I wasn't looking at, oh, let me look at Amazon that's peaking right now and let me buy into it right now when it's at 25. Yeah. I was looking at stuff that, oh shit, this up and coming Moderna that's at $18, they're making something for a COVID vaccine that could maybe be enforced. Like, I didn't know it was 2018. I'm fucking sitting in a truck in between cleaning a pool. I'm like, how many stocks? Like, should I do it? Like, I'm only getting like $400 this week. Like, should I do it? And I'm texting my boys, Che and Keenan, because they got me really, shout out Che and Keenan for really telling me to download Robinhood, because I thought Robinhood was a scam. Like, I was very sketchy about putting my Chase and like my credit card info into Robinhood to start stocks, because I didn't know what I was doing. They were like, dude, buy Moderna stocks. I was like, send me a link, tell me how to invest my money that I'm sweating my ass off for, and it's just sitting in my bank account buying me weed. At the end of the day, that, like, I buy clothes, like, I'm trying to figure, like, I was young, I was just doing whatever I wanted to do with my money that I worked hard for, so I was like, fuck it, how can I now take the money that I'm really making minimum wage, how can I expand, how can I go forward, how can I make more money than what I can off of my own money, like, how can my money work for me?
There you go.
And I just thought of shit that's gonna stick around. GoPro was already at a certain amount. Why would I invest in a GoPro? Why would I invest in Apple? It already peaked. Or stuff like, you gotta think about times. You gotta, like, GameStop was so shit for a while because nothing happened. Then you buy it before, Xbox is releasing at this date.
Yeah, or
you buy it before the Xbox, right? Before all these like big drops come, that's when you buy that stock.
And when they come up,
sell it in the middle of it, wait for the dip again, sell all your shit, buy it at a low price.
But you could argue that
it's a hit or miss.
Stock insider traders and stuff like that, they say that people like that are the issue with the stock market.
It is
the dippers and stuff.
100%.
Well, Collins, I gotta ask you: are you a trader or are you an investor, or a little bit of both?
He's definitely a trader
because I hold a lot.
I feel like you're definitely more of a trader,
dude. I held my Moderna for so long. You know how many people were like.
But on
just
average,
people who thought they had all these stock insights, knew so much about stocks. I'd be working at this restaurant 2 nights a week while working at the pool place. So I was working like 7 days a week for a while until I was like, I like the schedule of the pool place, waking up from 8 to 4, having that like 9 to 5 type shit where I could still enjoy the rest of my day and still get that money.
Right.
It wasn't that quick restaurant money where I'm working 4 hours pulling $150. Making basically $25 an hour in Florida, which is good, but you're not working that long. So I basically and with COVID coming through, I basically quit the restaurant. Yeah, I basically quit the restaurant, was just working at the pool place, and I don't know, I just basically got into stock somehow, and it just fell into my lap, like how it kind of clicked, like stuff that is now at 15 cents, $2 a stock, $3 a stock. And that makes sense. You look into their bios, you research it. Can they potentially do something for the world that will always stick around? Like someone who invested into fucking Amazon or Tupperware, stuff that stays around no matter what. That's always going to be around. If you got into that shit early before the boom, you make your money. Yeah. And that's really, it's just playing your cards right and just sticking to your gut at the end of the day.
Did you ever buy XRP like I was saying?
I did.
You did buy XRP?
Way long ago. Like probably 5 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw what happened then.
Deep ago. XRP went from 32 cents a share to like fucking $55.
Oh, 55. Are we talking about the same XRP?
No, it's definitely not, because XRP is only like $1 something.
Right, well, it peaked at like $3-4. They're going through a lawsuit, but that's all, no one's here about that. But I'm just asking if you ended up investing, because it ended up popping off.
I got XRP very early, and then it popped. I didn't know. I was completely confused at first at what you were talking about, but XRP definitely popped. 100%. And same thing with Ethereum and all this other shit.
It's a wrap.
You're gonna do us like that?
Yeah, we gotta cut it off,
dude.
It's the end of the episode, guys. Yo, Thank you guys for listening to the first episode of Keep It a Buck podcast. Again, I'm your host, Ethan Holloway, and my co-hosts are Dylan Kearney, Trey Collins, and Parker Murphy.
Gang.
And we will see you next week.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. We'll definitely have more energy and more interesting topics for you moving forward. This was just to give you guys a little bio of who we are, reveal a little bit of our personalities, and thank you guys. Have a good night.
Go get yourself some Bombay and keep it a buck.
Yeah, get some Bombay Sapphire. It's got us feeling right now. So have a good night, guys, and enjoy the rest of your week. We will see you next time. Bye.